It's a privilege to read the citation for Dr. Kings Jack, Divisional Head, MSME Southwest Division Bank of Industry. Dr. Kings Jack is distinguished.
Please, students, keep quiet.
Is a distinguished financial strategist and industry leader with a proven track record in driving MSME growth and fostering economic development. As the divisional head for the MSMEs in Southwest Division at the Bank of Industry, he plays a critical role in designing and implementing financial solutions that empower small and medium-sized enterprises, fueling innovation for job creation and sustainable business expansion. With deep expertise in Nigeria's economic landscape, Dr. Jack is passionate about bridging the financial gap for entrepreneurs, enhancing access to capital and developing strategic framework that promote business resilience. Under his leadership, MSMEs in the region have benefited from tailored financing models, capacity building initiatives, and forward-thinking policy advocacy, positioning them for long-term success. His extensive experience spans financial management, risk assessment, credit administration, and business development, making him a key force in shaping Nigeria's MSME sector. Dr. Jack's unwavering commitment to economic transformation continues to drive impactful initiatives that support business growth, strengthen industries, and continue to contribute to national development. On education, he has earned Doctor of Science, DSc in Economic Development, Master of Science, MSc in Economics, Bachelor of Science, BSc, Banking and Finance. In professional certificates in leadership, is a member of Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, CIBN, Certified National Retail Banker, and the many others. It's a privilege to introduce the awardee to us. God bless you.
Recognition, special recognition presented to Dr. Kings Jack for outstanding service towards community leadership and impactful contributions to STEM education in Rivers State. We appreciate your work. Thank you.
How good and how pleasant is it for brothers to get together in unity. But for me, on this division, I will say how good and how pleasant it is for me to wear another person's cap. I'm not Dr. Kings Jack. I'm here on his behalf.
He has also doubled as the chairman, Results Verification and Validation Unit of the University. He was a one-time acting director of the University Quality Assurance. He is a choice speaker and has attended and presented papers in many national conferences. His publication revolves around optimization, mathematical modeling, and machine learning. He has over 85 patent publications in both mathematics and computer science. He is a member of the Science Teacher Association of Nigeria, STAN, Computer Professional Council of Nigeria, Nigerian Computer Society, and Mathematical Association of Nigeria, MAN. He is also a fellow of the Institute of Operations Researcher of Nigeria. He is a God-fearing man and happily married to Dr. Beatrice Ojekodo, and the marriage is blessed with 2 boys and a girl. I present the awardee, Professor Nathaniel Ojetobo, every representative. God bless you.
An award of exemplary leadership and ambassadorial. Professor Nathaniel Ojetobo for your contributions towards the growth and advancement of STEM education in Rivers State and beyond. Given on this day, the 6th of May 2025, by STAN Rivers State Branch.
Good afternoon, everybody. Standing on the existing protocol, on behalf of the prof, he is unavoidably absent because he had an engagement outside River State. He has promised to communicate with the staff chairman to support an amount which he is going to let the staff chairman go. Thank you and God bless you.
20,000 naira. Put your hands together. Our own principal and our host at the GFF Rugemen, Dr. Lady Diana Bomo. I know when I say host, we're surprised because we have never found it difficult to hold our meeting. Just give her a call 1 minute at a time, the doors are open. The refreshments will even be provided. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Please step forward as I take the citation on Dr. Lady Julina Cheta Ogbon. She was born on 14th July 1963 in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. On her academic journey, she had her first quality certificate as test school 2, LL in 1975. A West African School certificate from BCGSS Bordeaux, under St. Pius X College for 1980. A BSc in Chemistry Education in Uniform 1987. A MA Education Management and Admin in Rivers State University of Science and Technology, now Rivers State University in 2002. MA Science Education Chemistry Option, Rivers State University of Science and Technology, now RS in 2009. PhD in Science Education Chemistry Option, University of Port Harcourt in 2014. During her career as a science teacher, from 1989 to 2023, Dr. Lady Julina Ogbon taught chemistry and integrated now-basic science under the employment of the then Rivers State Post-Primary School Board, now Rivers State Senior Secondary School Board. She also served in other capacities, curricular and extracurricular, as form teacher, Year 8, Head of Science Department, General Staff Secretary, Christian Staff Fellowship Coordinator, Housemaster, Chairman, Secretary, and member of various committees. In 2014, Dr. Lady Julina Ogbon was appointed Vice Principal Admin and Government Girls Senior Secondary School in Port Harcourt in 2016. Dr. Lady Julina Ogbon was appointed Principal of the same school where she served for 7 straight years. She statutorily retired from the Rivers State Civil Service as Director in July 2023. Dr. Lady Julina Ogbon has held and still holds strategic offices and positions in the church and our native community. Currently, she is the chairman and leader of Ngowosa Family Women, Elele Kingdom, Kelda, Rivers State. Dr. Lady Julina Ogbon has been a member of STAN since 1990. Currently, she aims and hopes to attain the prestigious STAN status in the nearest future. She's married to His Highness Eze Professor Charles Ogunwo, KSC, JP retired, and the marriage is to a chartered architect and mechanical engineer. Both have their PhDs. The union is also blessed with grandchildren. For these and many more, we give God all the glory. Thank you. God bless you.
Award of Exemplary Leadership and Ambassadorial presented to Lady Dr. Juliana Obunwo for your contributions towards the growth and advancement of STEM education in Rivers State and beyond. Given on this day, the 6th of May, 2025. Thank you.
Already existing protocols. I want to thank us for being patient and staying till this time. I had to talk to the school and say, please, take our visitors first. Stand is our own. We don't mind staying here whatever time. This award speaks for itself. It means that even at retirement, the little input you make can still be recognized. Yes. Twice I was nominated separately Best Teacher Award in 2007 and the Best Principal Award in 2017, but politics did not allow them to see the light of day. You know, when the choice candidate is not there, people are ready to kill the vision. So I thank God that today I'm alive to receive this reward. This award. We begin our little and we continue to do our little. I'll make a token donation to the STAN pulse to still help move the association forward. My family will appreciate. Chairman, yes, sir. Thank you very much. God bless you. And my son here, one of the awardees, happened to be my foster son. You know, when I saw him, I said, me and Mona are here today. We thank God. Thank you for honoring us so. Even my mommy there, Auntie Tetito. Thank you for we say thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Let's put our hands together for all the awardees. Thank you.
Please from the OF JP, Reverend Professor in the OF JP, for the first lead paper presentation, and to take the citation is Dr. Salome Emea. You're welcome.
Education, biology education to be precise, Department of Science Education, Faculty of Education, University of Port Harcourt. He holds here's a PhD from University of Port Harcourt in 2007, the pioneer head of Department of Science Education 2022 to date. Acting Director, Center for Primary and Secondary Education, 2016 to date. Chairman, Governing Board, University Demonstration Primary School, 2011 to 2014. And also, Chairman, Governing Board, GIWEO International Academy, 2023 to date. Was appointed a full professor in 2020. Has successfully supervised over 20 PhD theses, over 60 master's dissertations, over 20 PhD, and over 200 undergraduate projects. He has taught full-time for 30 good years. He has published over 80 academic papers in scholarly journals. His current research is on learning environment. He attended Federal Government College, Kotekene, Akwa Ibom State. He was employed to teach biology in the University of Port Harcourt Demonstration Secondary School in 1991. In 2007, he was employed as a lecturer too in the Department of Curriculum Studies and Educational Technology. He grew from the ranks to a professor. He's the General Overseer of the Christ Redeemer Church International. He's the Justice of Peace JP 2010 to 2021, a life member of Full Gospel Businessmen Fellowship International, the Vice President and the Council Chief. He's a member of STAN, Curriculum Organization of Nigeria, National Association for Research and Development, World Congress on Research and Development. He's happily married to Pastor Dr. Mrs. Ekaite Iyodo, and the marriage is blessed with wonderful children. He loves reading, traveling, mentoring, singing, dancing, and praising God.
Thank you very much. I want to salute those that are still sitting here. In the next few minutes, you can see the hall is virtually empty. You can see that the tiredness that has brought me at home, but that I won't contribute to the tiredness. I was asked to present a paper on challenges of AIT2 in STEM education. Just about that, you find the presentation outline, that is by challenges by Reverend Professor Dior, fellow of STAN, fellow of that, Head Department of Science Education, University of Port Harcourt. Next is the presentation outline, and then the actual introduction, origin of STEM, concept of curriculum, the artificial intelligence tools and the challenges of artificial intelligence tools, which is a major thing, possible solutions, and then conclusion, and then references. Okay? And we want to say that STEM education has moved around, and it is important that you see it metamorphose. I can remember how we talk about education in those days, the concept of learning that has to start in the magical, when our teachers taught us, magical era, when everything was regarded as magic. And so nothing was seen without being taught as magic. If you see anything that wasn't, that was extra, when it was just magic. We move on from there to the vitalistic era, or we call it animistic era, where we now consider the spirits as being in control of events. Then we move to the mechanistic era, where we consider that everything in life has cause-effect relationship. So where everything we do, there is a cause-effect relationship. And to every advantage, there's a disadvantage. And then we move on to the constructivist era and all that. So STEM education had moved on. And the emphasis in teaching STEM education, science, process, and principles cannot be overemphasized. Science is man's, I want to say, permanent effort. Science is man's effort in search for varied solutions to so many problems. And so science is the concept of why we are here. That is STEM, science teachers. And then we move on to look at artificial intelligence as tools, as part of some developments, which are integrated in STEM education, though with several challenges. Artificial intelligence, as we call it now, is transforming STEM education by providing many solutions, professional learning experiences, and enhanced students' engagement. However, we appreciate that challenges are there. Okay? We want to look at the origin of STEM. STEM is the acronym for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It came into common usage after an engaging meeting of science educators which held in the United States of America in the middle 90s. And so the concept of STEM now began to grow from there. It was, the old acronym was STE, which was science, technology, engineering. Mathematics was added in that kind of time at the middle 90s. So that's how STEM now came to be, and then we start moving. I want to say that whatever we are doing as teachers has a link to a major umbrella called curriculum. And so we can do nothing. You say we are looking at STEM education, we are looking at this. If we are doing out of curriculum, we are doing nothing. So curriculum, we say, is the totality of what we do in school. Everything we do is regarded as what? Curriculum. All the learning experiences. And so the students doing AI work or trying to use AI tool should be part of the curriculum. Nothing should be meant to harm. Okay? Let's go on. Of learning and teaching STEM education involves the use of computer machine with built-in information for research, procedures, results, and products. The integration of artificial intelligence tools in STEM is, that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education, has the potential of regularizing the way students learn and teachers teach. It has the potential of turning things around. Okay? Now there are so many types of artificial intelligence tools, machine learning tools, and natural language processing, and all that. Many types are there. That these things are there. I've just aimed with something to do, which are the challenges. For everything in life that has advantages, there will be disadvantages. You can appreciate that the society is dynamic, and the students are moving very fast. Population is exploding, so things are dynamic, happening fast. But for everything, there is a disadvantage or disadvantages. AI tools have come to stay, and well, everybody is using it. What are the disadvantages? What are the challenges? I won't call it disadvantages. Let's call it the English we call challenges. But you can appreciate that the concept of challenges will have to do with these. The challenges. Let me do that challenges. One we said is bias in AI system. AI tools can perpetuate existing bias if trained on biased data. Everybody may not have the same data and you expect the same results. If you go in this way and I come in this way, you may not, everything, if you want it to be free, good, everybody should be able to be on the same page. But then the challenge is just computer, it's just technology, and so it's a problem. And then we also talk about the data privacy and security. These ones are overlapping. The cases of data, everybody not getting the data, and somebody can scoop into somebody's data, and all those are problems. We also talk about the next one. Okay, accessibility and equity is a problem. Everybody doesn't have the same equal accessibility, and everybody doesn't have the same exposure, and so it's a problem. These are physical problems. And then the teacher training supports, every teacher may not have the knowledge of AI tools, and so it's a defeat, a big defeat. Okay, and then we talk about the ethical consideration, and we say AI tools needs to be considered with some thinking, with some the challenges are there. The challenges are there. AI tools, we talk about lack of funds, lack of finance, lack of many things that will be. We talk about the veteran lab, AI tool, veteran lab, to stay and they are there moving us on. But I want to announce to you, teachers, you are not replaceable. Nobody can replace you. Nothing can replace you. No technology can replace you. No matter how they say they want to do it, I want to encourage you, teacher, your teacher. Without you, education will suffer defeat. And the fact of AI thinking that they can want to replace you is already a challenge because you are not replaceable. I want to salute all teachers. I want to believe that moving on, those students sitting here, I don't know how they will bring robots and start operating with them, bring it, it won't work. They will need to see me come to their class. They will need to see you come to their class. They need to see their principal. I don't think that they mean. They need to, I don't know what I'm communicating. I want to just simply say that the challenges are there. The solution is enough. You are not replaceable. You are overcome.
Professor Doris Omiodu. And to take the citation is Mr. Koko Joshua. Mr. Koko Joshua, please. Is Mr. Koko Joshua here, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to read the citation of our prof. Professor Mrs. M.D. Muodu is a professor of science education, physics option on the Rivers State University. She has been teaching for over 20 years and has supervised and mentored many students, both in the tertiary institution and non-tertiary institution. Let's put our hands together for our prof.
Thank you very much. Of AI tools in STEM education. I would say my work here is not so difficult and it's not so easy, but I thank God most of the things that we're supposed to know has been talked about. I'm very grateful to our lead paper presenter. She really summarized everything that we don't have to take too much. Since we already know the basics, we know what AI is, artificial intelligence. I'll just give a little summary. Artificial intelligence. Anything that is not natural is what? Artificial. No matter how you try to do it, if it is not made by God, it is made by man, we say it is artificial. Now, no matter how we try to make things artificial, they call it artificial intelligence, there's no way they can still beat the human intelligence. We are the ones still going to operate those artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, they are just machines created by man. Artificial intelligence, they are programs written by man. So they will also be what? Used by man and also operated by man. No matter how we try, there are also limitations. Limitations will always be there. Just the way God has created us. God did not create any of us perfect. The same thing too. When we create our machines, we call them artificial intelligence. They can never be perfect. If you look at our phones, look at the phone you're using today, and talk about phone 10 years backward. Are they the same? No. Look at this one today, and the one that will come in the next 5 years, will they be the same? No. We are always what? Upgrading. So no matter how we try, we call it artificial intelligence, it's always artificial. It can never be the natural. That is why we still need to encourage the students, no matter how they use this artificial intelligence, we encourage them to still use their word, natural intelligence. Do not let them be carried away. There are many limitations there and prospects. So not to waste too much of our time, my own article here just covers mainly the benefits, little of the challenges, and then opportunities. Now, the introduction of artificial intelligence into the educational system is very, very important and of immense importance also. It will ease our jobs as teachers. If you take some of the apps, some of the programs that are written and use them, you really enjoy your job because they may give you more time to have interaction with the children more. And also the introduction of AI into the educational system. We will transform the educational system, enhance educational qualities and efficiency, and support educators like teachers especially, and then accelerate learners' growth in learning with new innovations and shaping inclusive learning. The introduction of artificial intelligence is just an inclusive learning system, including some of this machine into the process of teaching and learning. So we shouldn't see it as something too difficult to carry out or too bogus or so. We are already using them. Our calculators, they are all artificial intelligence. As long as you can use a machine to do what, let's say 1 + 1, do it with your head, you carry your calculator, you punch 1 + 1, and it gives you an answer. It is an artificial intelligence. So it's something we have been using. So we shouldn't be afraid that the artificial intelligence will come and take over our jobs. No, it will always be there, and we will always be there to work together. So we call it inclusive education. We are including this machine to assist us. So we shouldn't be afraid of that. Now, there are different types of artificial intelligence. So we call them tools or resources. Resources are just materials that help us in our teaching processes, in our learning processes. When we talk of the educational system, it's both the teachers and the learners. And now, even the administrative staff, the non-academic staff, the non-teaching staff, they also benefit from this artificial intelligence because it helps make your coordination and other, even planning your timetable better and easier, faster for you once you can get the right program and use it. So we have different types of artificial intelligence tools. There are many out there, but I classify all of them as transaction processing system. You transact with the machine. The machine cannot be there and start operating itself if you don't use it, you don't transact with it. So whatever transaction you want to carry out with your machine or the artificial intelligence, it's a process. So all that I call transaction processing system. So all this can be put into different use. Personalized use, like the student learning on their own, the teachers working on their own to enhance their teaching process, and the students using it on their own to enhance their learning processes at their own pace, at their own time and convenience. Then we have other ones also, sophisticated ones that like the neuro-adaptive AI tutors. There are some AI tutors to teach the students without the real human teacher being there. And also we have the enhanced engagement. These are AI tools that are programmed. They are AI tools that are programmed, automated grading, scheduling, and reporting generation to reduce workload both for teachers and for the learners and even the administrative staff. We have so many examples, like our lead presenter has given us some of them, but some also we are common with. We are using our Google search, Meta AI, and many, your Chrome, your Bing AI, all are all artificial intelligence that we're using. So don't see it as something new. Now, uses of AI or prospects, it can be used in any way, any form. Just be able to develop the program. Think of anything, imagine anything, you can do it. Just making it better for you. So we can use it to collect data, to store data, process or analyze data. And then also it's useful in information dissemination. All this can be done by the producer of the data or programmer and the user who gets the output, like the students or teachers. Then the technology devices, there are many devices there. So the common one amongst us, we have our phone, our calculators, and our laptops. All those sophisticated ones we watch on the films and all that come in the form of a human being that can operate anything at all. That one, we are still waiting for it here. Because of our own development here, we are still in the third world. So all this can be used for anything. Now, talking of use, we're talking of only STEM here. That is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Even in arts, it's now being used in the arts. If only that it didn't open. Okay, I had some artworks that you can use the AI to do. It benefits all aspects of the educational system, not only in science. AI can analyze data that can provide insights to information decisions and pedagogies. AI tools support students with different needs and learning pedagogies. This makes learning more effective. AI can provide framework to guide development and improve outcomes. It can support interactive learning experiences and other things. We have different opportunities, as I said. It comes in different programs, so you can use anywhere, even in your kitchen, you can use it. If you want the AI to generate how to cook a goosey soup, it can be done, and anything like that. So AI-driven system analyzes students' learning and adapts lesson content of any individual. Also, it can be used to tailor tutorials on complex chemistry, mathematics, physics content. AI tools can be used to stimulate chemical experiments also, as we're told about the virtual labs. And anywhere, anybody, anyone who can write programs for computing has great opportunities in AI. So if it's a new branch of science coming up, and we encourage our students to go into it also, notwithstanding the challenges, like our other big presenters said, there are many challenges there, yes. Like in this part of our world, the third world we are, electricity is a problem. So no matter how the AI is developed, it needs to work with what energy. And the energy it works with, unlike we that eat food, what the machines deal or depend on is electricity, which we really need, and a challenge to our own part of the world. So another one, lack of skilled educators. Our teachers need to be trained if we want to really introduce or include this artificial intelligence. Another concern is ethical concerns. Due to the ease in accessing information and data with the use of AI, there is rising concern for privacy, piracy, and security. We have to be really careful, especially with the young ones using this AI. If we think of ourselves using the internet, you see that as you're on one side, all of a sudden something else pops up. So that guidance needs to be there also, which is very, very important. If not, these students, we won't know the kind of dangerous sites they may be going into, so they still need to be monitored. Now, lack of human interaction is also there. some of these children, when they are so comfortable with this phone, they cannot interact with their peers. They become indoors, introverts, and you wouldn't really know what is happening in their mind because they do not interact on their personal basis with their teachers. So that guidance is not there. That counseling may not be there because the machine cannot do it for you. So it makes students lazy, introverts increasing within the students. Students lose touch of the outside world. Access to dangerous websites are on the increase also. Also, we lose our cultural heritage. They depend on this machine. Anything the internet tells them, that is what they take as the right thing. So please, we still need to put an eye on the use of this artificial intelligence. And also, one important one, continuous use of these intelligent machines or AI, especially the phones, laptops. It affects the eye. You see, children these days at a very tender age start having problems. It's too much contact with the computer, phone, television. So we still need to guide them and in their use. There are too many things there of the challenges. So let's
a topic. My topic is to be opportunities in STEM. Using AI tools, and that is media. I'm a professor of science education, physics, from the Department of Science Education, River State University. So as outlined, which can go with me, yeah. I'll talk about the introduction, then I will look at understanding AI in STEM education, then I will look at emerging trends in AI-driven education, then I will look at opportunities AI provides in STEM, look at challenges that some of my colleagues have spoken about, and then look at conclusion, and then I will make some suggestions. Now, as a word of introduction, of course we know STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's a interdisciplinary approach. It's an interdisciplinary approach to learning where academic concepts are kind of coupled with real-world situations. Sometimes we misunderstand STEM as we see STEM as a single subject. And when we get it that way, we miss it. And so it is something trying to relate the real world and see how science, technology, engineering, and mathematics together, we look at concepts and look at real world situations, and then we apply them. AI is increasingly reshaping education and science education or STEM education in particular. It has become transformative tool for both students and teachers. And of course, we see there are some fears, like Professor Jehovah said, some fears as though AI will replace teachers. There are those fears. Of course, it cannot replace, but teachers will need to work hard so that they can catch up with what AI provides, so that they will not be in class and then their students will be well ahead of them. And that is why I think seminars like this or workshops like this are important. And one significant contribution of AI in science education is its support for inquiry-based learning and experimentation. The problem we have here in this part of the world is we don't have light here. So if I have to do an electricity experiment, how do I go about it? And we have that in this part of the world. But AI has made, we have experimentation, we have visual laboratory simulations, where even when it is powered maybe by your laptop and all that, and students can still have access and do some of these experiments. They can pick the wires and then place the wires and see, connect, get the voltage and see and read, and see as though they are doing it really in the laboratory. And that is what AI has provided for us. And one of those tools, like the PhET, physics education technology, it's actually physics education technology. They started with physics, but they have tools and applications to all science subjects, chemistry, mathematics, biology, and all that. And you can have a lot of illustrations, a lot of simulations, and all that, where students can better learn. So students and teachers can use all that. Now, these tools replicate the condition of real-life experiments, where students, as though they are in real-life situations like that. Now, let's understand AI in STEM education. Now, AI refers to the development, like the keynote address speaker said, when we use machines to help us do what humans can do. But the thing here is that machines do it faster than how, so the reasoning, the thinking, and everything that we would have stayed to think. So algorithms have been done by experts such that those thinking are made so fast that within a short time it gives us results that we cannot do at the time. And that is the benefit of AI. So these tasks include reasoning, like I said. So you reason, you want to see, get a complex mathematical equation, and you want to solve it, and you begin to think, okay, let me do board mass, let me do bracket first, let me do this first, and you do this. And while you're doing that, AI has done everything for you, and that is one beauty. So the goal of AI in education is not to replace teachers, and that's why I said for teachers need to step up the game by understanding these tools and see how they can use these tools to enhance their teaching. There is no topic, either the primary school, at secondary school, at university level, that you want to teach that there are no AI provisions to help you. In terms of the content, in terms of feedback, I use it. And sometimes I get questions like that, and then I get model answers, and I can use it, and then it does some kind of grading and all that, and you see. So the important thing is to know what it is. And one thing about AI, and sometimes people do, is that AI uses your own intelligence. Because if you do not know, if you do not know what to prompt it will give you rubbish. So you need to know what is it I want from it, and so you prompt it. If you don't prompt it, I was asking something, and I asked what terminology is it? It is an acronym, and I keyed in that acronym. I wanted to understand full details about that acronym. I just put in the acronym. And AI took me to Australia and gave me that acronym in Australia that meant nothing to what I was looking for. And if I didn't know what I was doing, I now asked it, I said, no, I don't need this, I need this in relation to AI in science, in STEM education. Then it still uses your intelligence, and it is important that we know this. AI foundation and laboratory simulations, I've talked about that. Now these tools, when ethically used, integrated into our teaching, it will make teaching and learning very good. Now there are some emerging trends. I'll take them one by one. Increasing adoption of personalized and adaptive learning systems for instance, platforms, like I said, the Dreambox learning in mathematics, and Newton. Yes, and Newton. I think it was Newton. I was trying to get some information about Newton, and then I typed in Newton. And it gave me Newton in Australia. Newton in Australia, I think so, and it meant something different from what I was talking about. And I have to query it again, and then I got what I was looking for, and then this. And then there are some things, sometimes natural language, let me just run through them. Natural language presentation, particularly for those who have some disabilities. They have some disabilities in terms of language, in terms of speech, in terms of all that. AI is there, it can convert text. You can convert text to word. You can convert words to text. And all that. I was teaching somewhere STEM education. One of the most significant opportunities it provides in STEM education is the ability to personalize instruction. We have talked about all that. So you can go at your pace. You can go at your level. You can assess yourself. By the time you assess yourself, and then after you've taken something, and then you see that this is where you are, it can take you to another module where you can go like that and paste, and those things are there. It enhances inquiry-based learning. And then inquiry-based interactions and experimentations and all that. like the LabStar is another laboratory simulation platform or a tool, and also the TED. Now these platforms particularly are useful in resource-constrained context, like I have said. Here in Nigeria or in Africa, where we have this, but if we subscribe to these, we'll be able to use them. And these are many other challenges now, just go through that. Challenges, yes. Number one challenge there is data privacy and ethics concerns. Data privacy. And sometimes you see, you have some data. Sometimes when you ask AI, it is sourcing and looking for data. And sometimes it gets data, it gets pictures, it gets some data. The question is, do you have ethical approval to use such data generated by some others and all that? These are some ethical concerns. And that's why many institutions everywhere, they are having ethical committees before you do research to see what kind of research, what kind of data, where are you getting it, and what ethical approval before you are able to access and use those data. And that is one concern. Some of us are using pictures, presenting pictures here. Do you have ethical approval for those pictures? Are those faces real faces, or they are just Google faces online and all that? So these ethical concerns, bias and fairness in AI algorithms. Now sometimes AI algorithms, there will be, sometimes maybe we say these are disadvantaged pupils or students. And because they are disadvantaged students, and then AI, you have some kind of instruction, some kind of assessment for them and all that. AI is a machine. And even though we say maybe due disadvantage, and then we get students from due, and then we get that, AI sees everybody in due as disadvantaged. And so by the time there are some selected few people who are not disadvantaged because of the exposure and all that, AI has no way of detecting such things, and that is one problem. The other one is pedagogical limitations and over-reliance on technology. Like we said, AI cannot replace human interaction with students. Human interaction, sometimes you see emotion, you're teaching, and then your students, sometimes I was a mathematics teacher. How much, what is the cost, how do we assess it, and all that. We see that data prices are also gone high. The teacher readiness and professional development, that is very important. That's why it is sadly that we are having a workshop like this. Science teachers from all the areas, local governments, universities, ought to come to be able to get these innovations, get these ideas, and see how they can put them into practice. Most of them do not know about all that. In fact, where I taught somewhere, it is not an offense when a student is playing with his phone in your class. It's not an offense. Because the student may be Googling something and learning part of what you are teaching. But I'm sure here, when we see students with a phone, the student may hear a word, privacy, and wants to Google what is it and all that, to enhance learning. But because of teacher readiness, teachers are not aware, teachers don't know that, and they don't see how they can. So teacher training and the training is very important in what we are talking about. Evaluation and evidence effective, this is very key. Not many people will talk about this. Even though we are talking about AI, talking about the benefits, talking about what it will do, there are very limited research evidence to show that these enabled teaching and learning and all those things are more effective than traditional. Well, we are not saying that there are not few, but that they are very few and limited, and we need to. So some of them are based on assumptions. That is very key. That we need to think about how we can do training programs for teachers in our schools. Clear policy framework. There must be policy by government as to how to integrate AI and make the structural provision for schools and all at different level for that. AI innovation should be designed to be scalable across different contexts. So how is it used at different places in the city, metropolitan area, in rural area? How do we do about that? That is very key. Invest in infrastructure accessibility. Government and stakeholders need to invest in AI technologies or technology infrastructure that will enable students and teachers to effectively use this. And then we see trained educators educators on AI competencies, promote interdisciplinary curriculum design. We talk about STEM. Like I said, most of us see STEM as a single subject. But it's not so, it's integration. So you need to look at maybe a problem, for instance. Everybody is sweating. Why are we sweating? Why are we sweating like this? If the building technology, if there is good aeration and all that, that is technology that will be able to look at structure when we are building. Okay, aeration. What about the number of people that are there? What about that? And what is the effect? So we look at the environment, we look at biology, physics may come, acoustics. As I'm talking about now, how is the sound going? Constructing this. So all those components come together to solve a real life problem. That's what STEM is supposed to be, and that's the perception we need to look at it. So supporting ongoing research evaluation and then foster public-private partnership. Thank you very much. Our time was so limited, and we just have to do. Thank you. God bless you.
And let me call the great to take the citation of this great scholar.
On existing protocol. I am privileged and honored to be the one to take the citation of one of my loveliest lecturers, Professor Nduka Wonu. Professor Nduka Wonu is a professor of mathematics education at Idashi Sajuri University of Education, Port Harcourt, Nigeria. He obtained his Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Pure and Applied option from Rivers State University. He ventured into the discipline of education, bagging a postgraduate diploma in education, PGCE, a Master of Education, ML, and a doctorate, PhD, in mathematics education, respectively, from the University of Port Harcourt, Uniport. He holds a Master of Science, MSc, in statistics, and another MSc in Applied Geophysics from Ignatius Ajuri University of Education and Rivers State University, respectively. He is currently pursuing a second PhD in Applied Statistics. His research interests include mathematics education, constructionism, constructivism, computer-based learning, diagnostics and remedial teaching of mathematics, and metacognition, and artificial intelligence, AI, in education, research, and statistical computing. He has participated as a speaker in both national and international conferences and has several publications in books, journals, chapters in books, and proceedings. He is a member of the following learned societies: the Mathematical Association of Nigeria and the Science Teachers of Nigeria STAN. Professor Nduka Wonu is currently the chairman of the FNAS Journal Committee, the FNAS Research Committee, and the FNAS Conference Committee, respectively. He is the FNAS representative at the Postgraduate School Board and a member of the FNAS Book Assessment Committee. Professor Wonu is a member of the University R&D Committee and University Ranking Committee, respectively, and the Secretary of the PGD and PhD programs internal defense panels, respectively. He is the Deputy Editor-in-Chief of the FNAS Journal of Mathematics and Science Education, FNAS-JMSA, the Managing Editor of 9 other FNAS journals, and the Editorial Advisor, Reviewer for the Calipo. He is also a reviewer for the International Journal of Mathematics and Education Reviews, IJMER, the Journal of Educational Research in Developing Areas, JEREDA, and the Nigeria Journal of Issues in Science Education, NIJISAD. Among others, he has unique abilities in critical evaluation, professional applications, and complex problem solving. He has a vast knowledge of research methodology and is proficient in using mathematical and statistical software packages such as SPSS, eViews, MS Excel, M18 Lab, Minitab, R and Python for data analysis and statistical and econometric modeling. He is happily married and the marriage is blessed with children. Join me to welcome Professor Nduka Wono for the next presentation. Thank you.
Given to me is the benefits of using AI in STEM education. The next slide is the outline. AI in STEM education. We'll be talking about the challenges in traditional STEM education, why AI in STEM education, the personalized learning in AI, enhanced engagement, enhancing student collaboration with AI, and so on, up to the conclusion. So the next slide is on the challenges in traditional STEM education. It is because of the challenges in STEM education that we are calling for the integration of AI in STEM education. One of the challenges is student engagement, poor student engagement. There is poor student engagement in traditional STEM education. Students also have diverse learning paces. For instance, mathematics curriculum is both vertically and horizontally integrated. Therefore, students to be engaged and learn to learn. That's the next slide. What is STEM? Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. It demands innovation. So AI enhances how students learn and STEM teaching subjects. It enhances the way we teach STEM subjects and also how the students learn. It promises to improve the students' learning outcomes and prepare students for the future, which is powered by AI. Let's go to the next slide, which is on personalized learning, which is tailored education with AI. It is AI enables personalized learning in STEM. Students, like the keynote speaker said, students will have the privilege to collaborate or to send questions, prompts to the AI, and AI will respond on their own. So AI enables personalized learning. AI fosters problem solving and computational thinking. The AI tutor never gets tired. Like one of the keynotes, one of the lead paper presenters said, if you ask when you complete teaching and you ask the student, do you understand? The student will say no. Suppose you are teaching math, they say no. So you as a human being, you may get tired of repeating like 3 or 4 times, but AI will never get tired. If you ask AI to repeat 100 times, AI will repeat 100 times without getting tired because it doesn't get tired. And it doesn't have emotion. If you say sorry itself, you will not even feel as if anything happened. Then it gives you real-time feedback support. It gives you real-time feedback and support learning that. Because, for instance, the math AI, if you go online and type math AI, you will see that it will give you real-time. Then we also have an example like the AI tutor. The intelligent learning app, the Carnegie learning. If you go online and type this Carnegie learning, you will see another platform that is powered by AI that will be able to educate you efficiently. So there is personalized learning which is tailored toward education with AI. The next is enhanced engagement. What are we looking for in STEM? We are looking for a way to improve the learning outcomes of the students and also improve their engagement in learning. So AI enhances engagement, making STEM more interactive. Now, how does it do that? AI-powered simulations and virtual labs which they have all spoken about. There are virtual labs which students can connect to. There are chatbots which answers questions 24. There is a photo beside. Behind it, there is a prompt. Behind each of these photos, there is a prompt that led to this picture. So that prompt describes each of the pictures that we are seeing here. So page parade can enable you, can help you to present your PowerPoint, do your PowerPoint presentation in and learn, and it will help you. Enhancing student collaboration with AI. Then it enables project-based learning, facilitate peer-to-peer interaction. I mentioned this one. Then empowers real-time collaboration. The next slide is on impact of AI on STEM learning outcomes. It helps the students to have higher test scores. If in a class where students are taught using AI, the students will definitely perform very well. And for your information, I want to tell you, those of us, of course, almost all of us are teachers, either in the university or in the secondary school. In this 21st century, when you are setting your exams, be careful with OBJ. What we call objective, multiple choice, objective question. Be careful with it. I know what I'm telling you. If you don't take time, students will use their watch or their phone, snap the question, send it to AI. In less than 10 minutes, the whole questions will be answered, and they will get 100 over 100. They will get 100%. So you have to be very careful. What we do now, if we want to set such questions, we no longer set objective, because we know there is one, I think a proverb, if birds have learned how to fly without perching, the government will learn how to shoot without missing. So we no longer set objective tests. We set subjective that will enable you to write something. So before you send the information to the AI, for the AI to give you the responses, and before you translate the responses to the script, it will take you a lot of time. But if it is objective, it will be very, very easy for them. So please, be warning for at-risk students. So you'll be able to easily identify students that have maybe developmental dyscalculia. Of course, those in advanced education understand what I'm talking about. So defeat other administrative tasks. AI can enable to help you do some administrative tasks, like grading of students, assessment and attendance. AI can do this one perfectly. All you need to do is to identify the AI tool that will be used to do that. It's as simple as that. It will take attendance, grade the students, and get every other information that you need. It frees teachers to focus on the interactive and high-level instruction, and it supports differentiated instruction planning, because every student don't learn at the same pace. So because they learn at different paces, therefore we need to differentiate our instruction. Next is accessibility and inclusion. AI enables us to expand access to STEM education, because AI tools help students with disability. Like somebody mentioned here, it can translate speech to text and visual assistance. Multilingual translation for non-native speakers. I can translate, even if I have not spoken French, I don't speak French, but I can translate even an article from French to English, and from English back to French, with the use of the AI tools. That is where we are going to now. It enables us to have remote learning opportunity through intelligent tutoring systems. Next is on real-world skill development. It is preparing students for AI-driven careers. Students are having the opportunity to learn from experts. It integrates coding, data analysis and machine learning into STEM. It encourages computational thinking and problem solving and bridges the gap between education and industry needs. If you go to the next slide, I tried something there. I tried to draw the graph of, go to the next slide. Yes, a very simple graph. And I used AI to call Desmos. I said, Desmos, please plot the graph of y equal to s squared plus 5s plus 6. Quickly, it generated the graph. So AI to generate real-time graph from raw data. A lab AI integrated graphing calculator. If you go to the next slide, I tried to solve simultaneous equation. AI makes complex problems simple or simpler. So you see a quadratic equation and a simple linear equation there. Now say AI, please solve for x and y. In less than 5 minutes, it was able to solve this linear quadratic equation. So I used this one. I think I used Sora. The graph one was Desmos. This one that I used, I did a simultaneous equation. I used Sora. It solved the equation simply and very fast with all the steps shown. The next one just gave the content of what I had to present. Send it to page parade. I wrote page parade there. Send it to page parade. AI suggests the slides, the icon, the visuals. You see the picture by the corner. I generated it using the page parade. So it will get the right picture of the slide, real-time subtitle, it will bring accessibility and global reach. It will also generate content, summarize slides, and rewrite text. For instance, there is another AI recording. Microsoft Presenter Coach can do this. You can even present with this Microsoft Presenter Coach. You can even present and watch how fast you are. It will enable you to know if you are presenting well or you are not presenting well. This one will help you to do that. Then, quickly, we go into AI in STEM research, accelerating discovery and innovation. AI can be used in analyzing large data sets quickly and accurately. For instance, in climate modeling, in genomics, that's the study of DNAs, it supports simultaneous and forecasting, simulations and forecasting. For instance, in engineering or physics, AI tools like Decide and Semantic Scholar can help you to scan, summarize, and organize the research. AI aids in experimental design, hypothesis generation, and facilitates teamwork with AI-powered proofreading and paraphrasing platforms, such as Grammarly. Grammarly can help you to paraphrase and also summarize text and proofread. If there are typographical errors, it will enable you to make such corrections. Of course, there is no machine with 100% efficiency. There is no machine with 100% efficiency. We agree there are challenges, but some challenges, for instance, on ethical and practical consideration, we are looking at safeguarding student information. Any interaction student is having with AI, or a lecturer or a teacher is having with AI, is secure. Why I say it's secure is that nobody can go online and Google and get your interaction with the AI. It's not possible, so it is secure. It ensures equitable access to AI resources. Everybody has access to AI. Everybody should be able to have access to AI. So long you have your smartphone. Of STEM is AI powered. Professor Dion has already said it. AI for listening to this presentation.
This presentation sees his promotion to rank of professor. Start having to be the first beneficiary. However, he has been making presentations in several conferences, as we see from his citation. We want to, at this point, take a closing remark by Dr. Mrs. Imperi Polo, the Vice Chairman, Rivers Town. Please let's encourage her.
Science Teachers Association of Nigeria, Rivers State Branch. I want to give this closing remark on this wonderful conference, which we have just listened to the title, the theme, Contemporary Issues on the Use of Artificial Intelligence, AI tools in STEM education. We have this topic, we have this conference in the subtopics we have just listed: challenges of using AI in STEM education, which we all know that it's a big problem, but STEM educationists must key into AI. The second one is prospect of AI tools in STEM education. There are so many things that we can do with AI tools, especially teachers, that will even give us enough money to sustain ourselves. Opportunities of STEM education using AI tools. You have the opportunity, and then benefits of using AI in STEM education. I want to tell us that teachers are the most beneficiaries of AI. Mind you, the name artificial intelligence is a creation of humans. Humans put AI in places to make their work easy. AI is like the simple machine that makes our work easy. AI makes work easier and faster, but it can never replace human intelligence because it is created from human intelligence. Can humans overtake God in creation? No. We need to have caution in the production of AI, which we have already been told. While producing AI, we should be cautious. While using AI, we should be cautious. Like our children, parents and teachers should caution their students in law and their children and students in law while using AI, because some students will use these tools to do other things rather than learning. But we should encourage AI for learning and not for any other vices. AI needs to be understood, which leads to continuous learning. Interest in learning depends on learners. Many people fear to learn. We heard from the keynote address, there is this graph that was plotted. The people that are very eager to learn are very minimal. But even though many teachers fear to learn new things, that is where the fear of AI replacing human emanates from. Old people fear to learn than young ones. Children are more eager to learn. Teachers should be eager to learn so they can update their knowledge. This is where this conference becomes very, very important for us. The message of this conference should be taken to all teachers in primary and secondary schools to come out tomorrow, where papers will be treated on various ways of teaching AI and other methods of teaching and learning. I want to thank you for your patience, for staying till this time, and I promise you that tomorrow will be more even practical. So come out tomorrow and let's see how we can round up this conference for our own good. I know many of us have benefited. Tell other teachers out there to come and join us. It is on this note I want to call the names of the lead paper presenters for a little token that we have for them. We know that teachers' reward is in heaven, but in this time of AI, rewards are immediate. And please, no matter how small it is, the scripture will say, silver and gold have we not, but what we have will give unto you. May I call on Reverend Professor O.S. Njoro JP to come and take this little token from us. The token, please.
All right.
We have it to offer.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. May I also call Professor Telemann Adolphus to kindly receive this token from us. Thank you very much. May I also call on Professor M.D. Omodo to please. I'm sorry for the. Thank you very much. May I also call on Professor Nduka Wonu, please. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you for coming. The chairman will tell us more how we are going to move from here. Thank you. The mathematics. Sorry, ma'am. Come and take your presentation. HOD Mathematics. Which school? You didn't do Ignatius. Ignatius. Thank you, ma'am. This is our little. We still have one.
Okay, we don't really exist.
HOD Agri from Ignatius Ajuru. Please, we have a HOD here. Kindly mention her name. All right, Dr. Salome Emea. God bless you. She's here. Dr. Emily Solomon. Are you there? Please, a little. Bukiga. Thank you. Chair, please, a little token for you. Let me have his token, please. Thank you, sir. God bless. Chairman, over to you.
Reverend, your whole closing prayer.
Thank you for today, how you've been with us from the beginning of this conference to the end of it today. We are grateful to you. Thank you for all the papers, thank you for all the presentations of everything. Thank you for the organization, thank you for the executive committee of this branch. We are grateful to you. And so we go home today. We ask that you go with us. Grant us a beautiful evening and night. We ask, oh God, you for those that never thought of being prepared, they can see prepared tomorrow to present papers. We ask that you bless us. Bless TAN, River State Branch. Bless every one of us. Bless our universities. Bless our secondary schools. Bless our primary school. Bless us. Bless our families. We pray in Jesus' almighty name. Amen. Thank you. God bless you. Paper presenter here. and the vice chairman of the planning committee too. I want to thank God for the conference. It's been great, it's been beautiful. It started well, and we hope that it will end tomorrow well, talking about the concept of artificial intelligence in STEM education, the issues, challenge, opportunities, and all that. So it was a wonderful outing, and so we need to join. But that, like I said, AI tools cannot replace teachers, but the teachers need to sit up to ensure that they meet up with the movement of time. Thank you.
I'm one of science teachers at Central Staff, University chapter. Your members came today for this big event. What actually is your members so as to continue to sustain the spirit and tempo of STANT in River State? And what actually do you think you can add, additional things you can add as the boss of STANT in River State to ensure that the artificial intelligence as the main focus, the main team of give an example of what teachers are able to do over the years, addressing the new technology called AI to achieve this.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. This year, STAN had planned a conference focusing on contemporary issues on artificial intelligence as a tool for enhancing STEM education in River State. And that is why we have put together experts in science, education, and AI to speak to us, educate us on the benefit of AI. And we had them talk to us. So for the teachers, we are sure they have benefited on this discussion today in this opening ceremony. They are going home fulfilled because they have learned a lot how AI can be used as a tool in enhancing teaching and learning of science education in River State. Thank you.
What should be the take home for everyone that came for this?
Everybody should look for the package in AI that should be able to help in enhancing teaching and learning in our schools in River State.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
People should embrace.
Embrace, yes.
Sorry, on the last note,
AI is the end thing now. If you go to school, people are now trying to be AI compliant. If the teachers are not properly trained, they won't know, they won't be able to catch up with the trend. You know, it's the 21st century thing. And that is why we feel that teachers in River State should be able to get to the level of using the tool of AI in teaching and learning.
Especially in the 21st century.
Yes.